90% of the world are idiots. Half of them are morons. We are the 10%. This is a podcast of one, and I'm your host, Spario Otaku. Finally. So, today we have an interesting set of topics. You may notice the quality is a little different. The angle is quite different. And a lot of things are different about this stream. Because one, this isn't a stream, and two, I'm running off of a Acer laptop, which we'll talk about in the secondary topic for this week, or the second topic of the list. Before we go on, I'm going to read off the list. Today we're going to be talking about games I'm enjoying this week, my computed intelligence, making TF2 great again, other entertainment I'm enjoying this week, collecting collections, double topic, and projects I'm working on this week. Excuse me. So, first, you may notice this is on a different setup than usual. That is because I am my computer. I'll tell you. So, first we're going to talk about games. I've been mostly playing TF2 this week. I haven't actually played anything other than TF2 at all. So that's good. I should probably vary my games, but I don't. So that's the thing. So I've been playing mostly TF2. I did get this really cool kill, and twice actually I did the same move. A soldier rocket jumped over my head to try to market garden me, so I looked up and swung my half Satoshi and killed him. I did it twice actually, which is pretty fun. I got some new items and weapons, and I'm having a good time with TF2. I did rename my half Satoshi from Deadpool to Travis Touchdown because I don't know. I just thought it would be funny for the quote. Some people fuck at funerals. I cut heads off. Stupid quote. Very funny. I thought it fit the thing. It would probably fit a Demo Man weapon better, but I don't play Demo Man. Fuck. So that's pretty much it for the games. I kind of don't want to talk about this too much because I have a very more important topic to go over today. Okay. So let's start at the beginning. In 2016, in July, I had a party for my graduation and my birthday. I amassed about $800, maybe a little less, and I decided to spend that money on a gaming computer. I don't have the part list anymore because I modified it to upgrade it, but I bought like a i3. The main things is I had an i3 processor, a GTX 960, which I still have, and a micro ATX board, which I don't remember the name of because I don't have the box and it's not on my list anymore. Those are the three main components in a board, and I got some RAM, and I got disk drives and all that other stuff, and I got a Raid Max case called the Ninja 2, which is actually a pretty nice case. One thing I have to say about it is you have to open the door for the CD base, so if you accidentally click burn a CD, it mumps into the door and you have to open it manually, which is a little bit hassle-ish, but I plan to get another case in the future. I may even do so. No, I'm not going to because I have all out of funds. So, that's how it was. Notice I said micro ATX board, and I said Ninja 2 case. Those two are not supposed to be compatible. So then how, you may ask, have I been running a computer this long? A screw and some luck. That is exactly how. The board was screwed onto that. The motherboard was screwed onto the piece. It's over here. That's why I'm pointing over there. The Raid Max Ninja 2 with one screw. The heatsink was extremely loose, presumably held in place by the thermal paste. And it just overall just was not a gaming build. It got by, but it really struggled a lot of the time. When I was streaming, I would get lag. Somehow I was able to stream with it and got a lot of work out of it, but it was time for an upgrade, right? I didn't know that this was a micro ATX board at this point. I didn't learn that until yesterday. So I go out and I go to Micro Center because I found the cheapest. They had a sale for the processor I want, $189. It's an i5. What's it called? I have the part list. My dog is barking. I don't know why. It's an Intel Core i5 65,000. 3.2 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's a little bit less expensive at Micro Center, so I went out and bought it, and my friend Greg comes over this Friday. I'm all waiting this whole week to install this. So I think, okay, it's going to be simple. We're going to take out the old processor, put the new one in, and put it all back together, right? So we take it apart, and he goes, "What the fuck is this?" And I go, "What?" And he says, "This is a microboard. This board is small. What the fuck?" And he's trying to unscrew it, and he finds out that it's held by one screw, which I pretty much knew, but I didn't really remember exactly too much. And we realized I had a micro board. I looked back on the part list, and it says micro. And I'm like, wait, what? I bought a micro board. I've been doing this whole thing, streaming and everything, with a micro board this whole fucking time. So he says, okay, there's no way we can fit this back in the case. I don't even know how it was in there in the first place. He says, just go buy a regular ATX board, which I then go on PC Part Picker, and I find one that's at Micro Center, because I want to get this done that day. And I don't want to have my computer in pieces, because there's no way to put it back together at this point. Which is why it's not together in the first place. So I go on the thing, and I type in, and I think the one I go for is like a Ace Rock, what's it called? The Ace Rock, something else, something or other. I forget exactly which one it is, but so it's an Ace Rock, right? I pick it, it's compatible, and I think I got it right at Micro Center. I think I found it on Micro Center's website. I clicked reserve. We went there after dinner. I brought the board home, and what did I find? That it's the wrong chipset. So we have to bring it back. We do that the next day. I reserve again another board, which is the same board. I checked multiple times. It is the same board as the one on PC Part Picker, meaning it's compatible. Hint. My computer is not completed at this point. It was a workstation. It was a fucking workstation. Yep, that's right. It was a fucking workstation. So, I bought the workstation. I brought it to the back to ask about the screws to hold it to the case. And the guy says, this is a workstation. You can't play anything on this. It won't run games. It won't even install into a case. You're not supposed to put them in cases. And that's why he said, oh, there's no screws because it's a workstation. I'm like, oh. Then can I exchange this for a regular board? And he says, okay, sure, but the cheapest one we have is $78. Basically, that's what it boils down to. He goes, gets one. I said, oh, that's too expensive. You got any cheaper? He says, okay, there's this one. And I said, okay, that's not cheap enough. And then he brings over the other one, and it's a micro board, and it's like, that's the cheapest we got. And I said, oh, I can't use a micro board. Okay. So I go home, got my refund, of course, for the other board, the first board I bought. So now I got the refund. We decided that there's no way to put the computer back together. So now my computer is all in pieces. Technically, none of the main two pieces of it aren't there. It's basically what you'd consider its spine and brain aren't there. Luckily, I still have the hard drives with all my data on it, because if I didn't, I would have to murder someone. Because, well, that's episode 4 of Abstract Reviews is on that hard drive, sitting right there. It is not plugged into a thing. It is basically brain dead at this point. Luckily, you can replace a brain on a CPU on a computer by replacing the CPU. So, I have to wait till Monday till the CPU the other motherboard comes. I ordered it off Amazon. Same price as the one I bought at Micro Center, the first one, the one that was older chipset, and that's just how it is. So now I have to wait till Monday, and then when it comes Monday, I have to wait till Tuesday because Greg's going to come over and we're going to work on it Tuesday because he has a doctor's appointment Monday. So we'll work on it Tuesday. And by the time it gets here, he'll have to go to his doctor's appointment. The UPS truck comes around 4. So I'm pretty upset with mostly myself, but also Micro Center for not carrying a cheap enough motherboard. And for PC Part Picker for telling me that a workstation wouldn't do anything but other than test a CPU and graphics card and RAM and anything else you put into it. And I'm very, very upset with that. I just don't have a computer right now. So the reason I'm not being able to stream is because the only other computer I have to run anything is an Acer Aspire E1 and a bunch of numbers. I'll tell you the specs right now, just in case you were running. It's an Intel Celeron processor, oof. Intel HD graphics, oof. 4 gigabytes of DDR3L memory, oof. And it's a potato as well, oof. So it could run TF2, but it lags every 5 seconds. And that's kind of how it was on I kind of got lag spikes like that on the computer I built. So it's not that big of a deal for me, but I can't stream it because this computer. I tried running XSplit earlier before this podcast was started to record, And the reason it won't, it just the lag was too much for the webcam, so I'd assume it. If it can't run a webcam, it can't run TF2. I'm pretty sure. So there's not going to be any streams until probably Wednesday or Thursday, possibly not even Friday, until Friday. So be warned, there's no more streams for right now until I get this computer all fixed up. Unless I could stream on my phone or some shit. I don't fucking know. Yeah, there's really no way to do it, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? Cause it's really the other thing that sucks is I kind of wanted to play Dark Souls 3. I have it on my computer, my big computer, my desktop that I built. But I can't play it because the whole computer's taken apart, and I'm just really upset because I was really in the mood for some Dark Souls. I was like, hey, I'm gonna boot up this computer, play some Dark Souls 3, and have some fun and shit. I also wanted to play Darkest Dungeons because my friend was talking about it on the stream last night. We were talking about Darkest Dungeons a little bit, and I wanted to boot that up. He was gonna tell me like what I was doing wrong because I remember we streamed it and I had no idea what I was doing, so he might be able to help me figure out what to do. Yeah. There's so many games I want to play, but I can't play any of them because it requires a computer that isn't a potato. Fuck. Legitimately. Fuck. Speaking of games, the next topic on our list is make TF2 great again. So I have a little list here of things I think that TF2 can the TF team can do to improve the TF2 game and make it a better game and make it more viable of a game. I think right now it's a great game. It's just... Wait a minute, I gotta make sure something. Hold on. I gotta make sure there's actual space in this fucking camera to record this. 2 minutes left? What? We may have to cut this here. Unless it's 2 hours, which I don't think it is. Fuck. Sorry for the technical stuff. So we're going to cut it here. We're going to be right back. I got to take all the footage off of this camera. And, yeah. So, here's a short break here. See, jump cut. Hello, I'm back. Sorry for the jump cut. I'm going to take a sip of seltzer. My camera ran out of space. Yeah, there's like 42 minutes on there, so we're good. Okay. So, as I was saying, the next topic is make TF2 great again. I've made a little list of a couple things I think TF2 can make better. I think it's easier if I just think about it off the top of my head, but we'll get to that anyway. So the number one thing I think they need to do is can't speak. Speaking is not my first language. I think the number one thing they need to do is make level, or actually the number one thing they need to do is balance the game. But I honestly think they're doing a fairly decent job of that, as based on what they've said they're going to do. In the update they posted on the blog. Sorry. So, I think the number one thing I'd like to see is the levels meaning something. And I think the best way they can do that is make it so that every time you level up, you get an unlocked cosmetic crate. No payments for it. You just get it, and you get to open them at any time. No problems. You level up, you get a free item, and it could be any item. That's perfectly, I think that's the best way to make levels mean something. I think that's the best way to give back to their players. I know they say that that's going to make it so that then all they'd have to do to balance that with the market is make it so you can't sell those on the market. Because if you could sell those, then that's basically free money for playing the game, which is not good. I mean, you basically do with items, but it's such minuscule. But you can sell, like a crate sells for $250 on the store, so... That's like giving someone a $250, like a check for $250. You might as well. I think it's one thing to lose $250, not lose it, but like incentivize people to buy more. I think it would make people want to buy more crates, and make it generally more tantalizing to play the game. You know, you might get an unusual from your next crate. Who knows? I certainly would like it, and that's just not me saying greedily I want an unusual. I'm just saying I think that would be a good system because that's what Overwatch does, which is what they're trying to compete with right now. I mean, I know it's not a similar game. I'm not trying to compare them. I'm saying that's what the TF team thinks is the biggest threat to their gameplay, which I don't think it is. But if they think that that's the biggest threat, they need to make a little bit more steps to at least give us like better chances at getting what we want, like really expensive stuff. You have to give, if it's really expensive stuff that's sold for like $30, you gotta give it a little bit more of a chance to get it. You know, not a chance to get it, but chances to get it. If you know what I mean. Anyway, other things I want to say is the one thing that I think they fucked up on entirely is the balance they're making to the man treads. Basically, if I'll read it here, I have the page pulled up. Fuck, I looked directly. The fucking lights that I have are right next to the camera, and it's fucking with my eyes. Anyway, where is it? There's a couple things that are really fucking up, and I don't like. Here's a soldier. So the man treads, the second least used item in the game. The aerial stomp minigame is difficult, and the gunboats are superior in most scenarios. Changes: plus 70%, 75% push force reduction now includes air blast. I think that's a fantastic change. Added plus 200 air control while blast jumping. Congratulations, the Market Gardener is now viable as fuck, and you can easily just kill anyone with it, and it's going to be too easy. If you know how to rocket jump, you can pretty much destroy people with the fucking rocket jumper, man treads, Market Gardener. It's over. All they have to do is make it so that when you equip the Market Gardener, you can't get Market Gardens with the man treads. Simple as that. I like this idea of 200% air control. It makes it more fun. And stomping people, it doesn't insta-kill them. It just does damage. So then all you have to do is make it so you can't Market Garden people with it. I think that's otherwise, that's a fantastic change. It makes it like a fun little item. Now, the other change I don't like is the panic attack. Oh boy, they fucked the panic attack. So, it's one of the least used weapons. And people are saying the delayed fire aspect or whatever. So basically they're saying their goal is to make the weapon immediately usable, remove the large burst potential, generally hard to balance, and give weapon a unique design space to occupy. So basically 50% faster switch speed, 50% faster more pellets, 30% less damage, fires a wide fixed shot pattern regardless of service settings, shots patterns grows with successive shots, while holding down the attack button, but it resets after you stop firing. So basically, instead of reloading it to basically go, you reload it to make it spread. I think that's stupid. I love the panic attack. It's so fucking fun to use because you load it. You basically hide around a corner, load some shots, pop out, and blast someone. It's actually a really good weapon in my opinion. It's not good. It's just fun. I think they could do those other things, or maybe the fixed shot pattern, so that it's more accurate, but still keep that reloading and shooting. It's like the Beggar's Bazooka of shotguns, and it's pretty awesome. And they're nerfing the shit of it, and I'm really upset about that. My throat is killing me, so I gotta keep drinking seltzer here. Seltzer's probably not the best idea for my throat. It's fizzy and rough. Other than that, I think the spy changes are fucking excellent. Let me just read you this glorious piece of perfection right here. In reference to the Dead Ringer, ammo kits and dispensers no longer refill the spy's cloak meter. That is fucking beautiful. That's a work of fucking art. That is amazing of a change. That makes the Dead Ringer perfectly balanced. Maybe not perfectly balanced, but that's just so good. I love that. It makes me almost want to use the Dead Ringer in certain situations. I feel like it's more of a skill. It's like it'll make it more skill. You don't have to be like a dick. It doesn't make you a dick. It makes you hard to. Right now, the Market Gardener is fucking, or not. The Dead Ringer is fucking impossible. Like you fight a spy, he Dead Ringers, he goes away, and he never dies. This way, he basically has a chance to escape, but he has to be pretty good. Or I don't know. It could be a female person playing a spy. So I don't know. That was a stupid meme. Anyway, they're also making the ambassador less reliable at long range, which is good. And your eternal reward, basically, you can disguise now with it, which is actually a pretty good change. I think they're really fucking making the spy great again. The scout changes are pretty good. I like the Sandman shit and the guillotine. I think it's a very balanced change. I like the new Vitasaw idea. That's pretty cool. Like harvesting organs is actually pretty cool. I might have to use that because I play Medic every once in a while. And everything else is pretty good. I think they're doing a pretty good job with Tief 2. I think they're pretty much going to really take it back, I think they could really do a lot with this update. I think they could really help the team. And I think they're really trying their hardest. I think they could do it. They're probably not going to do my idea of unlocked cosmetic crates being a thing you get on level up. They might. I did submit. I did tell them about it. I sent an email asking about it, and I never got a reply. But they might be keeping it in the back of their mind. It might be a thing. So who knows? I think that is a great idea. Now on to other entertainment I'm enjoying this week. So, I gotta think for a second. Hold on. What the fuck have I been watching this week? Or really watching, reading, anything like that? I've been pretty much playing TF2 exclusively and watching like TF2 related videos, and like I watched I watched the Expiration Date again, and Meet the Spy and Meet the Soldier. Those three animations are fucking funny. The Expiration Date is so funny. I've done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days. Why? You told me to. It's fucking great animation. I love that animation. It's so funny. Oh man, it's like probably my favorite one is Expiration Date. It's like a full like episode of a TV show, you know, like a 15-minute half a TV show kind of thing. Like, you know, TV shows nowadays they do like half and half, you know. That's how it's done. I think they always did that with cartoons basically. Oh my god, it's a fantastic animation. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really like it. I mean, it's just so fucking great. There's so many funny moments, like when the demo man comes back with the beer, he's like screaming at, like he's very happy, and like after a very sad kind of like oh shit moment, you know. Yeah, but this is for that, mostly that. Now we're going to talk about a little bit more of a double topic here. So I decided I'm going to start collecting collections. Basically, collecting collections is the name of the topic. I forgot to mention that. So I'm going to start making doing a fucking. There's two things I want to start collecting. One is hats, and the other is action figures, which I pointed over here because I have a couple over here. I really the only two ones I actually use. The other two are bootlegs. The other three are bootlegs, which I don't count. I don't count them. They're not in my collection. They're a disgrace to my collection. They're a disgrace to themselves, and I don't count them in my collection, so they can fuck off. I will keep them though. I mean, I'll be able to use them for parts later on if I need to. I did actually use a piece of a bootleg for the Deadpool figure over here. I just like punched myself on the stomach, bringing my arm back, and I did it again just to demonstrate it. That was stupid. I just thought I saw a bag of Doritos, and now I really want a bag of Doritos, but I'm like on a diet, so I'm trying to eat healthy, you know. I might be able to afford a bag of Doritos. Who knows? Anyway, so if I'm gonna start with the action figures, I really like action figures. I think they're fun. You can pose them however you want, no matter what you want to do with them. You can pretty much do it. I mean, if you have a good posable one. The next one on my list is not gonna be till next month, unless I go with the soldier this month, which I probably won't, or I get. My plan is to get at least one action figure maybe every month, maybe every other month. I'm not sure. I might get the soldier action figure as well as the Phoenix Red action figure, which I plan on getting next month. But it all depends on how everything goes next month. Because the Phoenix figure is $77 on Amazon, $75 on like Big Bad Toy Store. So it's around $75. Anyway. That's the one I really want. It's such a good looking figure. It looks like a really good figure. And the soldier figure is also another great character to have. I'm not sure if it's really going to be that viable of a figure, because most of the figures I get are like highly articulated, come with stands, and they're very like big budget almost, you could say. That the TF2 ones are very low budget, so. I'm done with my seltzer. Anyway. So yeah, the figures I have so far, I have a Revoltech Spider-Man and a Revoltech Deadpool, both in the same series, the Amazing Yamaguchi series. Right now I have them posed in like a mid-fight scene. It's pretty cool. Like, I could just move them out into the. It's not gonna work. Oh, maybe it will. See, like this is the pose I have them in. I'm not sure if you could really see that or make that out that well, but this is kind of like mid-fight, you know. Spidey's like pulling him. Basically, the idea is he's pulling him in. He's gonna kick him in the face and grab the gun and disarm him. That's basically what I'm thinking is going on in this little fight scene. You know, of course, Deadpool has rubber bullets in there. He's not gonna shoot his friend Spider-Man. Well, he's someone he wants to befriend. According to the comics, that's what he wants to do in the comics. It's pretty fun. Yeah, these are really good figures. They're so fucking posable, man. You could get them in any pose you want. You could even like do some like really advanced shit. They're pretty good figures. I think they're really good. Now, other than that, the other topic on this collecting thing is that I really want to start collecting hats. I already have two. I have the Back to the Future lenticular color changing hat, and I have this one which I've had for a while. This is I'm gonna name each one the something. So the Back to the Future one is called the Future. This one's called the Original. And the next one I get is either going to be, I'm either going to try to get something that looks similar to the rotation sensation, or I might get something else. I don't know yet. But I'm getting a hat a month. They're not that expensive, like $20 a hat, usually $30 at the most. This one was $30 because I embroidered it, or had it custom embroidered with a heart, which was something at the time. So it's, it's original. Anyway, it's my hat, the original. It's that's what I started doing. So I really like hats because I like baseball caps pretty much. Not any kind of hat, just baseball caps. Or fitted caps. The ones with the rounded brims, of course. Because the flat top brims just kind of look a little dumb to me. Not dumb, I guess it just looks a little, I guess street, I guess that's what you want to say. I'm more, like formal, I guess. I'm not like the most formal, but I'm saying more formal than like a street look, I guess. I'm not really good with fashion terms, so forgive me if I may sound like I'm being like rude about it. But I just don't think they look good on me. I think I look better with a rounded brim. It looks maybe more 90s, I guess, is what I'm trying to go for. Anyway, backwards hats, forwards hat, slightly to the side nest style hat, wearing the hats, that is. So I really want to get more hats. I think it would be I really want to have like a closet. There's a shot I had an idea for a shot in like an abstract reviews movie or something. I think it would work best in a movie. Because I think it would be really funny. Like, just like Spario is like retired or something. Let's say, this is just an example. Maybe at the end of the season 1, he realizes that he finds the movie he's looking for, because that's the plan at least. Or not the movie, but the media he's looking for that killed him in the show. So it turned him into a revenant, made him undead, I guess you could say. So he finds it, and he's retired now. And maybe he gets like he sees something in like a movie, or somehow a fan convinces him to come back. And he's like, yeah, I gotta get back. And he opens a closet, and there's like a wall of hats, just tons, like 120 hats or some shit. And like he's like he looks through them, and he goes on one, and it's like, nah, aha, and he grabs this one, the original. And it's like, yeah, the original, and he puts it on. They all have the name tags, and they have funny names, and some of them are like wacky shit. I think that's the scene they came up with the other day. I think it's a really good idea for a scene. I'd have to get all those hats though. I want them to be every hat in the scene to be a hat that I eventually will wear or have worn in the future, because I feel like after a while I'm gonna have enough hats to do that scene. Hopefully by the time season 1 ends and I go on to season 2, which I kind of want to start with a bit of a big movie type thing. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I just really want to do a cool cinematic-ish kind of movie based on Spario and abstract reviews or something. I don't know how I would do it because it's a review show, but the Angry Video Game Nerd did a movie, which was pretty good. So I really like the Angry Video Game Nerds movie. It was good. And Nostalgia Critic kind of does like those kind of annuals, which are really good. They're lower budget than the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, but that's what it is. They're cool movies nonetheless. I think they're pretty good. Some people, apparently they're not the most popular on the channel, but or on the That Guy with the Glasses website, or whatever the hell they call themselves these days. Anyway, that's more on projects though. Thinking about that, I kind of derailed into the projects I'm working on section, but I will finish about the hats. I love hats and figures as well, so I plan on collecting more of these figures and more of these hats. I don't know what I'm going for next. It doesn't matter. Not even halfway through the month yet. Not even like a week into September, and I'm already like planning next month. Anyway, I have to wait a long time till I get paid again, so it's cool. I'll figure out whatever I want to do with this stuff. Anything else I want to? Oh yeah, I did want to buy Murdered Soul Suspect because it's on sale for $7.50, and I have $2.50 in my Oh no, I don't. I have $2.39. I had to buy a description tag because I accidentally wasted one. I misspelled something. Fucking idiot. Anyway, I didn't misspell it. I copied it off of someone who misspelled it, and then I realized it after the fact, and I had to find the real quote. It was stupid. Anyway, I named Frontier Justice Godot after the Ace Attorney character Godot, and I did his famous quote about coffee. I couldn't fit the fact that there was coffee in there, so it's just blacker than a moonless night, more bitter than hell itself. That's the quote. So. Now we're gonna get on to projects. I've been working on a comic for ages, and I just realized I will not be able to draw until my computer's back up, aren't I? I'm not gonna be able to draw. That makes me even more upset. Really, it really does. I didn't think of that. I really didn't think of that. Fuck. I mean, it's something I could have done, but I just didn't think of it until just now. The actual moment when you disappoint yourself on a stream or on a podcast. Ah, damn. I mean, I could draw like on traditional, but it's just like I have nowhere to put the tablet. I don't have anything to plug it into. That's that. Excuse me. I got a hiccup, or not hiccup, burps. Anyway, so I am working on a comic. I kind of want to work on a comic. I've been meaning to. It's been almost a year now since I started this comic adventure. And I've been flip-flopping on ideas. Like, I have 7 or 8 of them. And I want to get one of them done. I can't decide on which one I want to do. I like all of them. I can't do all of them because, that would do a lot of work. Unless I do, like, a book or something, or, like, a script thing or something. Maybe for some of them, and then turn it into a comic or something. I don't know. But Abstract Reviews is coming. It is delayed because of this computer issue. It was going to be finished this week or next week, but it might not be finished till next week or the next week after that. But that doesn't mean we're not. That does mean we might not be able to do a Halloween episode. We might have the new episode out in September, and then we're gonna have a special Halloween short out in October rather than a full review because we won't have time to after this whole computer fiasco or whatever the fuck the word is. Is it fiasco or fiasco? I have no idea. Or it might be neither. I might be making up words again. Anyway. So the short idea I had was basically for the Halloween review, I wanted to have a review where I was in the Rick costume as my Halloween costume, and I wanted to start it parodying the show, the first scene of the show, and I thought and I came up with a really funny ending too as well, involving like Szechuan sauce and memes, and that meme, you know. So and kind of a real Spario. The whole idea is that Spario is like really tired or something, so he starts acting he starts acting drunk, if you will. Not drunk, but kind of cartoon drunk, I guess you could say. Like how they portray drunkenness in like bad cartoons or like old cartoons, I guess. So he starts acting like Rick or something like that, or something causes him to act like Rick that isn't alcohol, obviously, because Spario is the same age as me, and I'm only 19. So I don't know how we'll figure out how to do that. We might write that next week. Why is this fully screwed in? This little thing. It's gonna make it harder to whatever. So yeah, that might be what we're gonna do for Halloween. I think it'll be an interesting way to do it. Damn, I gotta fucking edit this shit together after this. I just realized. I mean, not immediately after this, but like when I'm done with this, I got to do that. So that's another project. I gotta edit 2 halves of this together and sync up the fucking audio and shit. I mean, that shouldn't take too long. And luckily I have Premiere on this laptop. Thank fuck. Otherwise, it would have taken 3 years to fucking install. I haven't actually booted it up on this laptop ever, but I do have it on here. So yeah. Expect more shitposts, no, don't expect more shitposts. I'm lying. I'm terrible at doing those. I mean, I think my favorite shitpost I've made so far, this is just like off topic, is Rick and Nutjack. I love the line, me and Nutjack, and me and Rick and Nutjack, 100 years, I think it's something like that. I fucking love that video. No, the best one is the Shia LaBeouf one. Don't let your memes be memes. Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just make memes or whatever. No, it was some people dream of success. Well, you're gonna wake up and make memes. That's my favorite line I've ever produced in a shitpost, at least. I think that's such a funny line. You're gonna wake up and make memes. You gotta do the fucking full thing. You gotta yell it. Make memes. I fucking love that line. I don't know how I got shy to say make memes, but it was fucking legendary. I know. I think he does say make in that rant in that video anyway. So yeah, I love doing shitposts like that. Those are fun. I want to do a shooting. Maybe I should do a shooting stars meme one day, but that's kind of an old meme. Whoa is the new meme. So I wanted to make a video of the demo man with the half Satoshi, like a meme video or something, maybe an SFM. But or maybe I thought it would be better as a gameplay because I did come up with a good thumbnail. Basically, the demo man rushing forward, doing the charge with my face on his face like this. I'm doing this because I was in a roller coaster when I made that first. Basically, I was in a roller coaster and I had this face on like this. And it was like it was fucking way better than that, but it was fucking hilarious. And I couldn't get a picture because you have to pay $15 for it or whatever. Basically, they have a camera, and it'll tell you, oh, you want this we'll take a picture of you while you're on the ride, and you can get the picture for $15. And I'm like, I'm not fucking paying that. So I kind of should have though. It might have been worth it, like for that thumbnail face. It was just a good face for thumbnails. I think it'd be funny. Yeah, but speaking of thumbnails, I did upload the thumbnail for the Gangs of the Dead review, which is coming. It's pretty stupid looking. It's like one of the characters in the movie is like a like he's a weatherman, but I made him a newscaster, and it's like breaking news, you know. I thought it was a pretty funny scene. Anyway, I'm gonna head off for this thing. I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm fucking tired, and I'll see you guys next week for another stream. Sorry for those streams this week. It's just situational that this computer isn't working out. This computer working. The pieces of this computer aren't working out. So I'm disappointed I can't talk to you guys this week. So it's all right though. I'll be back. Don't worry. In like a year and a half or longer.